CES 2026 is underway in Las Vegas, and Engadget has boots on the ground, finding all the greatest tech and the quirkiest gadgets that may or may not find a way into your home at some point in the future. It is Tuesday, January 6th, and here is a quick look at just a few things that Engadget found in the past couple of hours. French startup NAOX is at CES with a groundbreaking wearable EEG for clinics and research, but it is also showing off a prototype of the consumer version, which incorporates its brain scanning technology in wireless earbuds. As early as the end of this year, your earbuds could pull double duty, pumping out tunes and keeping an eye on your brain's health. The product being released is the NAOX Link NX01, an in-ear EEG designed to replace the wire-covered caps you've seen at a sleep clinic. Now, these are designed to be much more convenient for use in long-term studies, enabling people to keep an eye on their health while on the go. Now, don't think you'll be able to mess with one of these yourself, as it is targeted toward clinical environments. Of more interest is the NAOX Wave, which uses the same in-ear EEG technology from Link, but in a pair of wireless earbuds. As with the clinical model, Wave is designed to quietly keep an eye on your brain's biomarkers as you go about your day. Now, the company says it will be able to monitor your mental activity while working, relaxing, and sleeping. In the companion app, you'll get insights about your mental health, sleep analytics, and cognitive performance, as well as details on your brain's age. The company has said its version of the buds will launch towards the end of this year, but it may not be the only name selling this kind of tech. The company says it is interested in licensing its technology to audio companies, so we could see these EEGs popping up in earbuds from other, more established brands. There are a bunch of smart bird feeders at CES again this year, perhaps because the idea of birds nibbling on seeds and flying away represents a natural purity and freedom that simply does not exist within the halls of CES. Birdbuddy was one of the first smart bird feeder brands with a wildly successful Kickstarter back in 2020. And this year, they've added birdsong to their species identification capabilities. Two new feeders, the Birdbuddy 2 and the Birdbuddy 2 Mini, both have this new feature, but the latter is a more affordable starter version. The Birdbuddy 2 is solar-powered with built-in panels. It is slightly larger and has a bigger seed capacity as well. Both have HD cameras that you can manually position either vertically or horizontally, and both have a mic to help with birdsong IDs. Upgrades to the cameras include a faster wake-up time when a bird lands, and the housing for the seed and camera has a more modular design that makes the feeder easier to clean. The lens is now protected by Gorilla Glass, which may seem excessive, but Birdbuddy's senior PR manager said that curious birds often peck at the camera looking for more food. The AI that Birdbuddy uses was trained on real bird visits, and at the end of each day, you'll get a postcard, a curated look at the birds that visited your feeder throughout the day. Of course, the app can also alert you each time you have a feathered customer in your yard, so you can tune into nature's live feed and soothe your soul for a few moments. The Birdbuddy 2 goes for $200. It sold out during the pre-order phase, and those units will ship in February, but more will be available by mid-year. The Birdbuddy 2 Mini costs $130, with pre-orders opening in summer. Well, for better or worse, CES 2026 is shaping up to be a big year for humanoid robots. Chinese company Agibot showed up with two, the roughly human-sized A2 and the slightly smaller X2, both of which were displaying their surprisingly impressive dancing abilities. Both robots walk around, wave at passersby, and show off their best moves. The larger A2 mostly kept its legs still and danced mainly with its arms. The smaller X2, on the other hand, is a bit more nimble. It has a larger set of feet to give it more stability, and those abilities were on full display. Now, the robots were controlled partially by an Agibot rep using a dedicated controller, but the company says that the robots are able to move autonomously in spaces once they've been able to use their onboard sensors to map out their environment. The company, which has already shipped several thousand robots in China and plans to make them available in the U.S. this year, says both the A2 and X2 are intended to provide a flexible platform so people can interact with the robots in a variety of situations. Thanks for listening. Another full day of CES coverage is on the way today. Be sure to visit Engadget.com for all the latest tech coming out of Las Vegas this week. This episode featured journalism from Daniel Cooper, Amy Skorheim, and Carissa Bell, and it was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from CES from Engadget.